Hare Krishna. We welcome you back to our series of lesser known stories of Mahabharata. We are now starting episode 6. In episode 6, we are speaking of Seshnag, Nagraj Vasuki, Astik Muni, and it is a continuation of the Snake Dynasty story. In Adi Parva of Mahabharata, mostly the different dynasty stories are given. We are now dealing with the Snake Dynasty, which plays a very important role in Mahabharata in all areas. So in episode 4, we spoke how the dynasty of snakes started. In episode 5, we spoke of two prominent personality, Garuda Dev and Arun, and now we are talking of Seshnag and Nagraj Vasuki. If you have missed those episodes, I request you to please go into the end of the video. You will see the playlist, and in playlist, as far as possible, I have given link of all the past videos. These stories I am speaking up from Kashidasi Mahabharat, and Kashidasi Mahabharat was published in 1926 in Bengali. We have already told in the previous episode that how Vinota, the younger sister of Kodru, got liberated from the slavery by his powerful son Garuda, and also Garuda became the eternal enemy of the snakes, and therefore the story unfolded. Garuda got opportunity of becoming the carrier of Vishnu. Now, Kodru, mother of the snakes, became extremely unhappy because she saw that by no means her dominance was there. She approached their husband, Kashyap Muni. Kashyap Muni was husband of both the queens, Kodru and Vinota, but Kashyap Muni, being very elevated soul, did not encourage getting into this petty politics. So, Kodru, being very angry, she cursed her own sons, all snakes, that you are absolutely useless. One day you all will be destroyed and we will be ending into sacrificial fire. Now the snakes became very upset because snakes said, Mother, why did you give that kind of curse? Our power is limited. We tried what best we can do, and that curse will end our entire dynasty. Then Mother Kodru, she was the demigoddess, she said, I cannot return my curse, but I can give you one reprieve of it. In your dynasty, one day, one very powerful Brahmin will take birth, and that Brahmin will be as powerful as Garuda, and then he will be able to save all of you. Till such time, you will have to struggle. As I told you earlier, the entire story was told by Sauti Muni to the sages in Naimesharanya. Now, the sages requested Sauti Muni, please tell us who are the prominent snakes in the Snake Dynasty. Sauti Muni told 12 people's name who were prominent. I am not going to tell all the names here, but most prominent was Takshak. Takshak was the cause of Parikshit Maharaj's death. Then there was Nil Kamal, Rohit Kamal, there was Bishodhar Nag, and then definitely there was Seshnag and Nagraj Vasuki. So let us talk of Seshnag. Seshnag is the eldest son of the Kodru, and he was also named as Anantanag. Seshnag was very upset the way his brothers were behaving, and they were disturbing the entire creation and also disturbing the job of Brahma and Vishnu. Seshnag did not want to be part of the whole thing. So he went to Himalaya and he started doing a very difficult austerity. And that austerity continued for thousands of years. After this austerity continued, Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him. And Seshnag wanted one boon, that he want to be in his service, as that is the constitutional position of any living being. Lord Vishnu mentioned that Seshnag will be as Ananta Shesh, he is his eternal servant in the spiritual world, and being Seshnag, he will coil his body, and that body will be used for Lord Vishnu to take rest. So we go to any temple of Vishnu, whether it is Padmanabhan Mandir or whether it is any other temple, we see that the Seshnag or Ananta Shesh is in the coiled form and Lord Vishnu is lying on him. Now, because Lord Vishnu accepted Seshnag as his servant and Garuda was also servant of Lord Vishnu, the enmity between Seshnag and Garuda completely ended. Seshnag as Ananta Shesh is called Guru Tattva, and he is the eternal servant of Lord Vishnu. Whenever Lord Vishnu takes an avatar, he appears. Like when Lord Vishnu took avatar of Ramchandra, Lakshmanji appeared, Seshnag appeared as Lakshmanji. When Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself appeared in this material world, Balaramji appeared as Seshnag appeared as Balaramji. And in Kali Yuga, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, then Seshnag appeared as Nityananda Prabhu. So therefore we can see Seshnag and the relationship of Lord Vishnu being so elevated level, he was one of the most powerful snake. Seshnag's younger brother Nagraj Vasuki became king, and he was very upset because his subjects or his brothers and sisters were being killed by Garuda from all angles. And not only that, even the Rishi and the Devatas were cursing the snakes because of their behavior. But Nagraj Vasuki could not change their property, because by their own property, snakes are like that only. So Nagraj Vasuki wanted to find a solution, and he started doing austerity again. Finally, he got a boon from Brahmaji that when the milk ocean will be churned and the nectar will come out, Amrut will come out, then Nagraj Vasuki will have a seva or will have a service to become the rope by which the entire Mandar Parvat will be rotating. So Nagraj Vasuki's front side was held by the demons or Daityas or Asuras, and the tail side was held by the Devatas. And the venom he was emanating, that was actually making the demons more tired. So Nagraj Vasuki got the highest service, and therefore Lord Vishnu became very happy, and he gave him the service that the entire material world, entire earth will be on the head of Nagraj Vasuki. So we can still see today earth is rotating, but it is held by Nagraj Vasuki. And also Lord Shiva, when he had the entire vish or poison coming out of the milk ocean, he had no problem of holding Nagraj Vasuki on his neck, because snake's bite could not harm him anymore. And therefore Nagraj Vasuki became ornament of Lord Shiva also. So we can see Nagraj Vasuki also got elevated by worshipping Shiva and Vishnu, and he also got friend of Garuda. But he had a chance, he wanted to liberate his subjects and his brothers and sisters, other snakes. So what he can do? He was actually doing again tapasya to find a solution. In one of the previous episode, in episode 3, when we are speaking of the appearance of Snake Dynasty, we spoke of Jaratkaru Rishi. Jaratkaru Rishi was actually a descendant of Jajabad dynasty. And Jaratkaru Rishi was very, very learned, very, very powerful, very, very important sage, but he decided that he will not make any family life. So one day, as I told in episode 3, his ancestors had to come down and convince him to get married. He had a condition that he will marry only if the girl's name is also Jaratkaru and girl's family on their own will hand over that girl to him as wife. Hearing this, Nagraj Vasuki found a solution of his problem. He knew that to counter Godur, somebody is required who is also from the Brahmana dynasty. And therefore, he immediately approached Jaratkaru and he offered his sister Jaratkari, who also of the same name as Jaratkaru, as his wife. Jaratkaru said he can marry his sister, but on one condition, that someday if his sister displeases him, he will leave her immediately. And Nagraj Vasuki agreed. He said there is no reason that the Snake Princess will have any reason to displease the learned sage like Jaratkaru. But days and months are going on and their marriage was not getting consummated. So Nagraj Vasuki was very concerned, because if the child does not come up, then who will counter the Godur? He spoke to his sister. His sister also said that the Rishi had no intention of getting entangled into the household family life. So Nagraj Vasuki approached Jaratkaru and he offered him beautiful palace, lot of gold, lot of diamond and lot of material opulence, and requested Jaratkaru to stay there and give and produce a child, because without a child anyway his ancestors also will not get liberated. Jaratkaru agreed. Their marriage got consummated, and finally the snake princess Jaratkari became pregnant. Everybody was happy. Nagraj Vasuki was taking proper care of his sister. Jaratkaru Muni was also showing lot of mercy to his wife, and the child was growing inside the womb of the snake princess. One day, some devastating thing happened. One day, Rishi Jaratkaru fell asleep in the noon part of the day, and he was continued to sleeping even when the sun was setting and the evening was coming. Because it is the time when a sage has to do the Gayatri Mantra and Gayatri Vidya part, his wife became very concerned, and he actually woke him up saying that, "Oh husband, if you do not do Gayatri Mantra, he will fall from his position." Then Jaratkaru became extremely angry to get disturbed. He said, "Why did you disturb me?" She told the reason. Then he asked the sun god and the evening star, "From when you have got so powerful that without me doing Gayatri you are changing the course?" The evening star and the evening, they were so afraid. They said, "No, my dear priest, we have no such guts. We will continue to wait until you become ready." So Jaratkaru said to his wife, "Now you see, you have unnecessarily disturbed me, and my condition was that if you displease me, I will leave you." His wife fell on his feet, wanted to be forgiven, told many things, but the sage was absolutely convinced that he will not get entangled in material life anymore. So his wife said how she will fulfill or make the child a learned person in absence of the Rishi. After all, she is a snake princess. Rishi Jaratkaru blessed the child, and the child got all education and knowledge even in the womb of his mother. the child in the due course of time took birth. He was most powerful rishi of the Snake Dynasty. His name was Astik Muni. And we will read at the time of Mahabharata, when we read in the detail, when Takshak snake was being called by the mantra by Janmenjay and Utanka Rishi. Utanka Rishi story also I have told in episode 2. And they were killing all the snakes. Then Astik Muni intervened. He came, he was informed by none other than Lord Brahma to save Indra, because Indra was getting into fire because of the mantra, as he was trying to protect the Takshak. So Astik Muni played a very important role, and he saved the entire Snake Dynasty to get into the fire. And that is how whatever Kodru said, that came into true. Mahabharata is very big. Every dynasty has so many stories. It is very difficult to tell all of them. I am only picking up the lesser known but important stories, and I am touching only on the outline stories. However, if you want to know more, please write an email to me. I will be very happy to discuss with you. You can also mention in comments how you are liking the episode, and we can connect and we can discuss. Because I do not want to make this episode very big. I will make it only outline of the story, and I am ending the Snake Dynasty episode here. Let us start a new dynasty from the next episode. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.